Is this thing on? Hello everybody and welcome to Infinity Evolved Skyblock with TechnoJock. Now, last episode was a little bit of a fiasco. I'd prepared an awful lot of stuff and ended up not getting half of it done, simply because as soon as we used some of the stuff, it turned out that I hadn't prepared nearly as much as I thought I required, and it turned into a trying to get this mob tower sorted out fiasco. As you can see, I have changed it a little bit. It now reaches to the ground, and the reason it reaches to the ground is it has, I don't know if you can see up there, but there's conveyor belts that go stepping stone down the way. Oh, I see a spot that's actually got a hole in it, but it goes down and then drops and then goes long and then drops and goes long and then drops and then long and then drops until it finally gets to the bottom, whereupon we've got, let's, really? Thank you. And there. Right, so yeah, until it gets to this point here where it's a little bit, where we can get in like that. And we can quite happily whack their ankles. And as you can see, that was a one-shot kill, so it is within range of our blood altar here. And if we have a look, our division sigil says, yes, we have 10,000 LP, and if I put this in here, you'll see, although there are particles, it's not actually draining anything because even our LP network is completely full now. So that is great. Do have a switch here as well to turn things on and off with the NOT gate up at the top. Yeah, that turns it on, that turns it off. That's what we've got going. Brilliant. So over here we have got Tear of the Goddess, some gypsum and wood ash, and the Tear of the Goddess is just done by cooking up Breath of the Goddess and lapis in our distillery, and it gets you this stuff here, and that means that we can have ritual chalk. Now, we need ritual chalk because we need to make an alchemy catalyst, and one of the fiascos of last episode was I decided to make the distillery so I didn't have to make the alchemy catalyst so I could get slime balls. But as it turns out, I need the alchemy catalyst anyway, and I would have needed the distillery to get the alchemy catalyst. So, yeah, take from that what you will. Now, in here, not in there, in here I have some more stuff for the alchemy catalyst. I'm going to get this lot out of my way for the moment, and I'm going to get that and that, because we need to do a little bit of actual alchemy stuff. Now, we've got a crucible here, and this is going to be messy, but it should work. I'm going to grab the... there it is. I want to put that. Oh wow! Oh, I did not know you could do that. Oh, that's awesome. That's one of the more awesome things I think I've ever seen. I can't believe that. I think I just found my new favourite thing in the world. Right, anyway, before I get too carried away with that, yeah, we've got smooth sandstone, which has 3 Perdito, 2 Terra, and 1 Ordo, and we've got some sugarcane on us as well, which has 1 Herba, which we're not bothered about, but we've also got Aqua and Air on that. So, what I need to do is, I need to make, let's see if we can get this, and it will show us what we actually need. We need to be able to make the golden chalk, that's fine. We'll get to that in a second, but I need Salus Mundus, which needs a balanced shard. Now, balanced shards, let's go to the one with the fire. So we need 2 air, 2 water, 2 earth, 2 Perdito, and 2 Ordo. Yeah, so sugarcane, we need 2 of them, and then 2 of them. That'll work. We'll have some left over. That gives us 1 balanced shard and a bunch of stuff left over. Ooh, that's Why have we got metal in there? That seems peculiar. I'm going to have to clean that out. And it's going to go everywhere. Okay, no, well, that wasn't too bad at all, actually. I thought that was going to go everywhere. I don't have a bucket to fill it up, do I? Not on me. Okay, doesn't matter. What I do want to do is go and smelt this up and get the Salus Mundus. And scoot. There we go, 1 Salus Mundus. We're going to need gold thingy bob, and do we have... We've got one of them. And that, and 1 ritual chalk. Hopefully we will have enough altar power to do this. It's doing stuff. I strongly suspect it does not have enough altar power, so I'm going to need to do something about that. I need to make our Narthana and a chalice and stuff for that. But in the meantime, what I'm going to do is we'll get the rest of this stuff all ready. We need 1 blaze lamp, which I have got. We've got the 2 alchemic chemistry sets there, which I had already got. And we needed, if I remember correctly, some living rock. Yes, we need 4 living rock, which I don't actually have here. But I should have rock kicking about somewhere. No? Okay, I shall go and get some rock and put it round here as well. Let's get a bunch of rock from over there. Okay, that's only 19, but it'll do for the moment. We'll get that sorted out. Like that, perfect. That'll do up. So I need to go and get myself another Arthana and a few bits and bobs like that. Let's see. Arthana, and yeah, so I can do that, that's no bother. A chalice. Now I can't do the filled chalice because that needs redstone soup. And that's a bunch of stuff that I don't have, but I can do that as well. So I'll get myself a chalice and Arthana and we'll see if that gives us enough altar power. There we go, it just popped out. I was going around doing a few more saplings and things, trying to get the altar power up, so it's gone over 3,000, and this just landed in my inventory, so obviously that worked. I'm going to take that as a win. And we can go in here, so we go that there, and that there, those on either side, and we should now have over here these. Just grab them all just now, and we'll put down some more. Like that, and if we head on over here, we can make our alchemy catalyst. Excellent. Now I will just go and just make a little hole here, pop it underneath here, and we can go and grab. We've got plenty of soul sand. We just need to do this a couple of times because we only need 4 at the moment. There's 1, there's 2, there's 4. Brilliant. So let's go. Superb. We've got 4 of that. Let's I'll sort something out with that in a minute. Does that go? Yeah, it goes straight into void. Let's not tempt fate because I don't actually have my jetpack on at the moment because it's charging up. Right. So we need to be able to go that round like that. Is it like that? No, it needs cobblestone. Well, we have cobblestone on us in the shape of that. And that gives us that. And if we go over here, we should now, with the aid of this, go like that. And that, in a moment, will give us our tier 2 blood orb. There we go. We got it. How much did that use, actually? Don't know how much that used. 5,000. Perfect. Okie doke. Let's go and do that. Bound to us now. So now we'll want to, actually we've got 5,000 in there. In here we've got that weak blood orb, which we now don't need, but this is now working. We can put one of these back in here. Okay, it'll only charge up to 5,000, but that doesn't really matter because we just need it to be charging up to be able to make these. And it's now making the Magicalis. Now we did have the Crystallos needed the Magicalis needed that. What did the Crystallos need? Okay, let's have a look. Magicalis, it needs Transcendent, Eldritch. It can use the Apprentice one as well. Okay, well that's what it's making at the moment. That's the Magicalis, right? Crystallos. Crystallos, it uses Master, Magician, Archmage, Transcendent, and then Eldritch, and then hopefully Apprentice. Excellent. So that can do it as well. So we don't need to do the extra tier up for that. Great. So that's already made 14 of these. I need to be able to make the half stack, don't I? Let's see. I need to do this. Let's see how we're doing here. Doing not too bad actually. What have we got in? Oh, wow, that has drained completely everything in our network. Let's then do this for quite some time until we've got sufficient essence. Okay. Yeah, it's going down fairly rapidly, but it is doing all the stuff that we need it to do. So once we've got the Magicalis and Crystallos, then we're wanting to make the warded glass. So warded glass. So, and that makes 4. So that's pretty good. Now Greatwood. How do we get Greatwood again? By putting oak wood with arbor and precantatio. So arbor and precantatio. Arbor we do get off wood, so we can just put wood in there, and precantatio we can get from sandstone. So let's see about getting some great wood whilst we're here. Now, what's that got on it? Let's do that cool thing. Hey, that's cool. Okay. Amazing. I've found new stuff. It's amazing the stuff that I haven't actually scanned. You mean to say I haven't scanned a bucket? That's just unacceptable. No, I won't get anything from that. Probably not anything from that. Amazing. Won't get anything from that. Or that. Oh no, I do. Alright, okay. Amazing. Loving this. Excellent. Right, anyway, before I get too badly distracted, let's grab some of this. That'll do. That'll get us nearly a stack. Which I can do like that, and then like that. Like that, and then if I do, well, I've done that one. Not that one. That's the one that I want. So these chisel sandstone, and I need to get some wood. Oh no, I've got that wood on me, so that's fine. So if I put in, what was it, 3 of this. Oops, no. Yeah, 3 and 1. So 1 of that and 3 of these, and then put in a log. So I do need some logs. So I've got enough logs to make 5. I'm rapidly running out of inventory space here. Let's go and do that into there, that into there, that into there for the moment. No, that's not what we wanted to do because that's the wrong thing. There we go, that'll be better. Right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, and one of that, plus that, gets us 1 great wood. Perfect. Which, funnily enough, is exactly what we need. Right, so uh-oh, there's been a bit of lag. Okay, what's going on? Right, yeah, there's been a bit of laggage there, and I'm not altogether sure what's in there. So I'm going to leave it for the time being, but we've got plenty great wood logs. If we come over here and put them through the sawmill, we should get... I'm going to just do the 1. Yeah, we'll get 6 great wood planks. That's good. So, actually, so we need lots of great wood planks. Okay. Don't need any great wood logs at the moment, but I will need them later on. Let's do that. That's going reasonably well. Let's see how bad this is. And that's not going to show me... that's showing me what the crucible actually is, not what it's holding in it. So I have no idea of what is actually in there. I need to actually make the goggles of revealing, which I'm not about to do at the moment. Right, okay. So I need some more oak wood. That's rubber wood, that's oak wood. Like that. And we can go. Ooh. 1, 2, 3. Like that. Right, there we go. Right, and I think I need to... that nausea tells me that this is probably, yep, completely empty and I need to redo that. Let me get all the stuff together and we'll be back in a minute. That's us started making the crystallos that we need now. Got the 32 magicalis and we've got great wood planks. So if we put that there like that, we need zombie brains and mana glass. Mana glass we have not quite enough. I need another stack of glass really to do that. But that should be relatively easy to get going. Over here. Yeah, we'll get that. We'll go in here and we'll just go like that. Do that. Get rid of this random egg I've picked up. And any minute now, we'll have sufficient glass. Do like this induction furnace, it's very good. Very good. Right, let's grab this, run over here, can only really ever do half a stack at a time, but if you do them like that, then you can do it. I find that's the easiest way of getting it done. And then if we go that stack like that, and then that stack like that, we need zombie brains. I need to put that in there, and get rid of that as well, and that. I need to make my bucket again, because I accidentally threw my bucket in my crucible and melted it down. In here we should have plenty zombie brains. How many we've got? Oh, we've only got 38. But 38 should do, because we're making half a stack in each thing. So if we do like that, we've got 9 so far, but that's good. It will make it like that, and then we need to put in our thing. There we go. We get our warded glass. Superb. So that's what we need to do there. Now obviously we're going to need to get some more LP. I think that's it. Dry in here. Yeah, it is. But if we do this with the wand on our hotbar, it will recharge. So we'll need some more mobs. Let's grab them down. But also, whilst we're doing this, now we get to go over and do the things over here that we were wanting to do before. Now in here, I have got all the component bits that we want. Component heat vents and reactor heat vents. These things are all made from just normal heat vents, which are an awful lot of electric motors, which are an awful lot of coils and stuff like that, which are very boring to make. And then you need all these copper plates around it to make the reactor heat vents, and then for the component heat vents it's quite similar, only it's the normal heat vents with tin plates and iron bars around it. They don't stack, even these ones don't stack, and yeah, they're not very pleasant to make. And we needed 12 reactor platings as well, which are lead plates and an advanced alloy, and we've been through that rigmarole before as well, so yeah, I wasn't going to subject you to that. We will need 6 reactor chambers, like that. We will need, we'll come to that. We've got 3 more reactor chambers here, some dense lead plates, so that's 9 lead plates per each of these. With generator and an advanced circuit, gives us a nuclear reactor. And as you saw in here, we are going to need ourselves some protection before we go much further with that. So we need a scuba helmet. We need some rubber boots and a hazmat suit. I think if I do that and that, is it? No, that's what it is. So we need the leggings. Now I do need more rubber, because I think the rubber boots that I need, I did actually have a set of rubber boots and I used them up. So those are static boots, those are witch hunter boots, those are rubber boots, so we need a bit of wool and then that. Okay, well we've got string aplenty somewhere. Probably in here we'll have, yeah, 4 bits of string to make 1 bit of wool. No, I'm determined to go into that. Let's go around like that, wool like that, like that, like that. Gives us rubber boots, because, as you may have guessed, picking up uranium in your bare hands is not good for you. Pro tip, not good for you. Oh, right, hang on. Yep. Perfect. Gotta get in the habit of doing that. That. Perfect. Oh, we've got more stuff. Okay. Really get into the habit of doing that. Right, let's turn it off again, because we've got lots and lots and lots of stuff in here. Yeah, we'll do that after. Let's toddle on down here. Now, there's a bunch of stuff I need to do down here for our reactor, But we do actually have an area set out for this in the rain. I do like this idea. What on earth is a chicken doing out here? What are you? Silly creature. Yeah, this mana glass lights up, so it looks really cool like this. I like it. I like it a lot. So we need to make our nuclear reactor. And we need to do it by putting... Now, we've got to put down something first, haven't we? Put that down there like that. Then we can put our nuclear reactor down. Then now that we've got the nuclear reactor down, we can put down the chambers. Like that, that, and like that. There we go. Right. Let's just... Yeah, we've got areas needing lit up here. Let's grab that. Let's go back over. Oh yeah. Bye-bye. Don't really care for the chicken, but the feathers will come in handy. Right. I want... Run back over here and in... Let's grab our box of tricks. And I'll see you over there. Right, we've got one nuclear reactor and we've got a bunch of the components that we need. Now, I'm looking at a plan on another page, so don't think I'm just magically thinking this stuff up. And it'll go like that, and then that, two spaces like that, and then it goes like that, and then like that. Then the component heat vents go like that, and like that, and then like that, and like that, and I suspect like that, yes, and that. Let's grab the other stuff. Right, and then there, yep. What have we got? Third one along, I'll go there, and there, and there. Right, now these fill in the gaps mostly. Certainly they go on these bits. There's space for 6 fuel rod bits in this, but I'm not putting in single fuel rods in this instance. It's going to be quad fuel rods. This is going to be a pretty beefy reactor, and as far as I can tell, this is going to be the most powerful, stable reactor you can make. I only need one more, but never mind. Yeah, so as far as I can tell, without using components that actually wear out, this is the most powerful reactor you can actually make. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fuel rod spots, and each of those will be a quad fuel rod, which we need to go and get. So let's run along, and we need to now make fuel rods, so we need to get this stuff set up. Right, we've got some more stuff. We've got more than a stack now of this warded glass, so we're good for that. We now have some fuel rods. What you do for fuel rods is you take an iron plate and you put it back through your metal former on extruding mode, and it'll go through and you get these fuel rods. So we've got 24 of them. We're going to pop down here. I should have actually taken some other stuff with me, but it doesn't matter. We can go back up in a second. But the fuel rods, what we're going to do is we've got our ore washing plant taking crushed uranium ore, which we get from sand. We get then purified crushed uranium ore and a bunch of rubbish that we're not too caring about. We take our purified crushed uranium ore and put it into our thermal centrifuge, and that gives us uranium-238 and tiny piles of uranium-235. By making this pattern with them, we can then make enriched uranium nuclear fuel, and then the enriched uranium nuclear fuel in here with empty fuel rods will make full fuel rods. Now you do get an awful lot more uranium-238 than you do the tiny piles of uranium-235. So you will end up with a big stockpile of this stuff, and do make sure you've got your hazmat suit on, and don't do what I did and give yourself radiation poisoning for 3 minutes. It doesn't actually do any damage, it would appear, but you sit there just going for, well, for as long as you've got it, which is very, very annoying. So let's get 4 of these just now, and we will get that. There we go. And we'll run upstairs again and go to this. So here we go. So we've got round like that gives us a quad fuel rod. So it's just copper and iron plates. Now obviously we want to make 6 of these things because we've got 6 spaces. So we'll get that done in just a second. It'll take a moment for these to get canned up. Yep, give me a moment. Actually, whilst that's doing, we can run along to the end here and we can set up our blast wall, because that's effectively what this is going to be. I'm not going to fully enclose this thing because we're not concerned if the explosion goes in that direction, because there's nothing over there. I am concerned if the explosion goes in that direction though. So what I want to do is basically go and make myself a little wall that will go over like this. Maybe I'll just come round like this as well. I do have my wand on me, which is just as well, because you can only remove this stuff by shift right clicking with a wand. So we're going to go over in this direction like this, and we'll cap it as well. So we'll come round like this. Yeah, that'll be fine. I would have said, yeah, we can come out this way and we can loop over for our energy coming out, but we don't really care if the explosion goes down the way. Maybe I'll put in an extra layer below, so it will go like, yeah, no, not like that. Yeah, we need to do there. Like this. So, oops. Yeah, and that will direct the explosion away from our treasured stuff, should the worst happen, which, like I say, this is meant to be a stable reactor design, but mistakes do happen. And mistakes tend to happen a lot when I'm involved, so let's just not give ourselves the option for a horrible, horrible situation. But as you can see, these things will go in there, and hopefully the other ones will be ready. And they were indeed ready. So let's go and pop those in there. We need a redstone signal to turn this on. Let's turn it on from this direction, 360 EU per tick, and the temperature, crucially, is not going up. These, a little bit concerned that those are actually changing. That's a little bit worrying that these appear to actually be melting. And then these, My reactor thing says that these will do a full cycle. Oh, I can see exactly what went wrong there. I don't want these. I don't want these at all. Oh, I want these. That's what I want. I need to make an awful lot of gold plates and get these out of here. Oh my word, that was close to being an extremely bad derp. Right, well I've just seen the time though, so I'm going to have to go and change these over to the overclocked heat vents rather than just the normal heat vents, and then I can get this thing back online. This, ladies and gentlemen, this is why we test things. But I hope this has been a good lesson for you, and I hope you've learnt something from it before you turn on a nuclear reactor that doesn't have the correct amount of cooling in it. If you have, if this has saved your skin, please do leave a like, and I will hopefully see you the next time. But until then, have a funs. Bye bye.